Okay, and we're live. Hey, Robbie.
Hey, Itzik, how are you doing?
Very, very good. So we are live a few minutes earlier. Um, if you're joining us right now, we'll be starting pretty soon, within 10 minutes time frame. We're going to start the challenge. We're going to start automatically, and we're going to chat about it a little bit, kick it off. We're really excited to have you all joining us. So we'll give you some time to join. I'm going to do the countdown. Right now, there's a little bit more than 9 minutes, or 9 minutes to go until the event starts. So I have Robbie here. Robbie is our chief hacker and trainer and whatnot. He's really the guy. And today we're excited to host another event, another blitz, and we're really excited about it. And we're starting in about 8 minutes, and it will include 6 challenges. So we're really looking forward to see how people kind of like work with them, and how people see them, and figure them out. Um, we were trying to kind of like adjust. The last time we've done it was the first time, so now we're trying to adjust and do it even a little better. And it was really, really fun last time, so we're excited to.
Yeah, and so maybe to explain kind of the idea behind these challenges is we have like two different kinds of publics, if you might say. We have on one side developers who want to learn more about security, and our goal is to kind of let developers see the hacking side and give them the hacking mindset so that they understand code better. But of course, we're hosting an event that is a CTF. A lot of hackers will join as well. So with these challenges, we've kind of tried to make it so that the developers have a good challenge for them and that they can kind of get cracking and learn some new stuff. But we've also tried to make some stuff that the real hackers, the OG hackers here, might find very interesting. So I really hope that everyone enjoys it. And some of the challenges actually come from like real life scenarios that we've come across. So I think it's definitely going to be a good learning opportunity for everybody that joins. So definitely play.
Absolutely, absolutely. And Robbie, you're raising a great point here. I think, the idea of having an opportunity for hackers on one end and developers on the other end meet up and play those challenges together. I think, and I discovered that throughout working with, both developers and hackers, that there are certain gaps. Like some developers are better at certain things, certain types of challenges, if it's related to, business logic and actually core code, versus challenges that are that are more kind of like on a technical level. How do you overcome certain behaviors of certain things? Hackers are way better at that. So kind of like there's a balance, and it's really fun to see how each and every one of you handle it quite differently, but getting the right solution. So we are um, hoping to see that again here in this challenge today.
Yeah, and we're also, this event is also 6 hours. So we've tried to make it achievable for everybody. 6 hours is a lot of CTFs go 24, 48 hours. We don't want to drain anybody. We know it's Sunday, but still it's Sunday afternoon in Europe. You might learn something new for your day job tomorrow. So it's all achievable. You can play it, and you can even win within 6 hours of time. And yeah, so that's also really cool. And also the challenges, and correct me if I'm wrong, it's but they will stay live after the event, or they might go down for a bit, but then come back up again. So even if you don't solve something today, you can still come back after the event with some
Absolutely.
write-ups potentially, and still go through everything.
Absolutely, that's exactly it. What we're gonna do is we're gonna take them down at the end of the event, just to make sure we calculate the winners right, and then in a couple of days later, it's going to be available for all of you guys to continue to work on. And by the way, we're now pre-time, so we're going to repeat the rules. Don't worry about it. Like if you haven't joined, if you're joining now, we're going to repeat the rules and talk about the challenges and explain exactly what's going on right after time. So we're going to kind of want to count down with you guys and start the challenge. And then once we start it, we're going to talk about the rules. We're going to talk about, what to do or not to do, and what are the things we can chat about in the different channels and so forth. And we've added an ability to chat from within the app. So that's nice. Hopefully, it's going to help you guys collaborate more. Yeah, it's going to be really fun today.
Definitely. And while we're waiting here, I see that there's quite some people on YouTube watching the live stream. I see that Rayan in the chat said hello. So yeah, welcome to all of you that are watching. Feel free to chat with us in the chat. We'll happily answer some questions as well there.
Exactly. Yeah. I can see some people here. That's great to see all of you. And we're almost ready. So there's 4 minutes to go. A little less than 4 minutes now. And it's getting close.
It's
So
getting close. Oh, this is so. I cannot wait to see how quickly some of our challenges will get destroyed by you guys. I know there's some brilliant minds playing. Some people are really surprised this last time with how fast they were at solving these challenges. So yeah, I really cannot wait to see all the creative solutions you guys have. And I'm already. I'm praying that there's not too many crazy exploits that totally bypass our solutions. Itzik and I have done our fair amount of testing, but we are well.
Oh yeah, there's always are. Yeah, it always could be bypasses and unintended solutions, but it's fun. Actually, that's fun. That's the fun part where you guys find creative ways to solve things that we haven't thought of, which is kind of part of the game as well. Because again, we're building it. We're just building code. What are we doing?
Yeah.
Like we're writing lines of code, and those lines of code have some intended behavior and some intended vulnerability, and there might be unintended vulnerability, and that's the whole point of it, right? That it could happen to anyone, and that's why
we learned from that as well. Like we have had situations where we saw a solution and we had to sit together and be like, "Wow, that's really incredible. We had never thought that was possible."
Exactly, and it's incredible to also review what people have done. Like once you release a challenge, kind of review the solutions, and oh my god, I didn't know that's possible, or I didn't think about that angle at all. It's like people took a completely different approach to solving it, and that's fun to see because people are really creative, and there's a lot of room for creativity here. To be honest, it's not always like a one solution. That's the only solution that works. So great. Now we have less than 3 minutes. Oh yeah, 2 minutes actually to go.
Wow.
And we're almost there. So we're gonna count down, 10 seconds before we start. And for those of you who are joining us right now, we're gonna kick off, and then talk about the rules, introduce the game, and so forth. For those of you who haven't played it before, and then let you guys work. Because I know, us chatting is not going to help much. We're going to quickly review the challenges that are available today. They're also gradually organized. So, the first ones are a little simpler, supposed to be. And then the later ones are a little more complicated or a little more tricky and involved far more. So that's going to be fun to see how you guys handle them.
Yeah, and I'm very curious to see. My expectation, because we will have during the middle of the event, we will have another live stream to kind of discuss stuff. What are your expectations, Itzik, on how many people will have? Do you think anybody will have solved everything by the first check-in, or do you think that's
I doubt it, the first check-in. But you know what? We've been surprised, and people are really, really good. This time, I think we have more people around, like to potentially solve it. So who knows? But it's definitely, we were trying to provide kind of like mixed complexities and mixed kind of like areas of vulnerability. So it's not like the same things. If someone is an expert in one area, they're not necessarily going to be able to solve them all. But we'll see.
Yeah, I would not be able to do it within 3 hours. I would not be able to do it within 6 hours. So I'm very curious. But we've reached the last 10 seconds. So let's start counting down.
Yeah,
from
so
5,
6,
maybe.
5,
4, 3, 2, 1. All right, let's get going.
Right, let me log in here.
And now the moment of truth
is
everything worked for us.
Awesome. We have the button here. So before we start, now it's time. So welcome everyone, wherever you are, morning, evening, afternoon. I know people are joining from everywhere. So we're really excited to launch the second game here at WIzer. The 6-hour Blitz event is going to include including 6 new challenges. Gradually, gradual complexity. The first one a little more more simple, then more complicated. So I have here Robbie with me. Robbie's our chief hacker and trainer and everything. He's kind of like he's our guy. And myself, I'm Itzik. If you don't know me, I'm the CTO at WIzer, and we're really excited to launch this game today. Another game we're trying to evolve. So we had a game on February, it was really a good success. And now we're launching this game. So we'll start by explaining technically how it works for those of you who never played. So we do have bi-weekly challenges. We had the February event. It's pretty much the same thing, right? So there's nothing new here. There are a few new things that hopefully are going to be fun for you to discover. But let me just hit play. And that's the first challenge, okay? So the first challenge is here, log in as admin. You see the name of it here, okay? You see the instructions here that require you via APIs to log in as an admin. That's the name of the admin. There's also a UI. If you want to, go to the UI, you can actually copy the URL from here and just browse to it. It's available. Everything is deployed, so you're attacking real things. This is the code right here, the code box. You can scroll down. You can copy the code locally. You can run it locally if you want. Do whatever you want here and kind of like play with it. This one is an API, so you see 2 boxes. The first box you shouldn't touch. That's the API that you should tackle to get the flag, okay? It's always the API of the final flag. You might have to tackle other APIs in certain scenarios, but at the end of the day, this is the API that will give you the flag. When it's 2 boxes, the second box is the payload, which is always JSON in our case, okay? It's not real world, not really, not always. But in this case, to make it easy for everyone, it's always a JSON. So this first challenge, logging in as an admin, you just have to figure out how to log in as this particular admin, fits H, and, just have to figure it out. It's pretty simple, okay? This one, 1 pepper, you see it here. The second one here is another API, okay? Another API. There's a gateway here that allows you to call other APIs, internal APIs, and authenticate and so forth. You'll figure it out. The code is here again, copyable. Scroll down, find the vulnerability, try to tackle it. You may use any other tools like Postman, Burp Suite, whatever you want. Just be gentle. No need to DDoS our servers. Right now, we're kind of like, there's no challenge that requires any kind of like extreme measures. It's all pretty standard. So just be careful. And if you want to ask about what's possible and what's good to do or okay to do and what's not, just let us know. You have our DM here, Discord, or even email me, right? You got an email from me in the past to sign up. You can email me. The third one here, a little more complicated, hack the menu. Some menus, there's a UI here. You can see is only 1 box, okay? Because the reason is this is actually a UI of a very simple menu, which you need to, inject an alert WIzer into. So again, scroll down, try to understand, figure out what the vulnerability is, attack it. Attacking it is within this box, just, sending arguments here, right? So that's what is intended to do. If you want to open a separate tab with the actual UI, you can click here and you hit hack. It will actually open up another tab and show you the actual app. Whatever you want, you can freely take this URL and feel free to just work separately with it.
And always pay close attention to what's under the name of the challenge, because that says that's your goal. That's what you need to do. In this case, it's inject an alert of the text WIzer. So alert pointing to probably an XSS of some sort, and then the alert needs to show the text WIzer. And for other challenges, it will say get the data from the user with this ID, and then you get an ID. So that always kind of explains the goal of the challenge to you.
Exactly. So with challenge number 4, I'm gonna give it to you,
yes,
Robbie.
So here we are really leveling it up a notch. 3 peppers already. So the goal of this challenge is, again, it's you have a post request to /submit flag. So that means that this challenge, you will have to find the flag in your own means. So you will probably have to take the code, take it offline, maybe write some scripts, do some stuff, get the flag. And then at the bottom of the code, there's a post request to /submit flag. And that's where you can actually have the server validate your flag. So this challenge is a really cool challenge. It's actually based very closely on a couple of bugs that I found in real life. So this is definitely a challenge. If you can solve it, then that'd be awesome, because this is stuff that gets found in real applications as well, which might seem crazy for some of these challenges, but it's the actual truth. So yeah, really cool. So yeah, that's challenge 4. Challenge 5, if we move on to that one, is another step up. It's 4 peppers, and this one is called Payloadception. And I really love this challenge because the goal of this challenge is to make one payload that performs, I think, 6 different attacks. So you'll have to perform an OS injection, you will have to perform an SQL injection, you will have to perform a local file inclusion, and some other stuff, an SSRF, all in one single payload that cannot be longer than a certain length. So I think this is a real tricky one. So I'm very excited to see how you guys solve this, and this will require some optimizations of the payloads that you know. So it's a really, really cool stuff there. Very excited.
Pretty crazy stuff, guys. Pretty crazy stuff. I'm excited.
Yeah, exactly. So, okay, then we have to move on to the last challenge, and this one is perhaps the hardest one, but it is something that is almost comes entirely out of a real scenario as well. So I will not say a lot about this challenge because I want you guys to discover it on your own. But again, it comes from an entirely real scenario, almost exactly the same. And this one, again, you will have to get the flag on your own means and then submit it through the post endpoint /submit flag, which is just some basic JSON that says flag is this. But that should be self-explanatory. And if you reach that part and if you solve it, I think that you will probably know how to send that JSON request. So
Absolutely.
Okay, that's all the challenges.
Yeah. So thank you, Robbie. You might have noticed so far that we have this Discord box here. This is important because you can actually chat from within here. That's the real channel. If you're part of the channel, you can log in as you. If you're not, you can even post as a guest. Okay. I really recommend identifying yourself so we know who's our community and we talk to each other, and you can DM us as well through Discord and so forth. But this is a nice addition to our game today. It allows us to chat and kind of like be more on top of things as we solve those challenges. So just be aware of it. If you want to work with your preferred Discord app, just feel free. But that's just a easy addition if you want to kind of like quickly chat with us and with others. What else? So quickly, the rules of the game. Again, we have 6 hours, 6 challenges, and the first, second, and third spots, which are determined by the first people who get the flags, right? So it's going to be the first who achieves one, the first who achieves 2 solutions, first who achieves 3 solutions, and so on. Hopefully, the last one will achieve, or the first spot will achieve 6 for the first, be the first to achieve 6. That's our winner. We have first spot, second spot, third spot, and they're rewarded with cash, which is great. And then, all the rest of you are going to absolutely have more fun. But you are also going to be competing on, if you want, on swag. If you want to submit write-ups, we got some killer write-ups last time, and we're really excited to get more write-ups on those challenges. They're really educational. People think them through, so it would be fun to get your write-ups. So that's pretty much it. Robbie, have I missed anything?
No, just if you play and you don't get to the top 3, that's fine. You can still win some swag via those write-ups. And this is like, I think the write-ups are the coolest part of every CTF, because this is where you get to show off your cool tricks that you pulled off to solve these challenges. So definitely make those write-ups and send them in, because people will love it. But with that, I think we've covered everything. I think people are, as you can see, for the amount of attempts, people are already trying some stuff out, which is really cool, and can't wait to see who gets the first blood on one of our challenges. In the Discord, I've seen some people live or some people active that are some top hackers. So there's some really talented minds here. So
that's awesome.
That's definitely
awesome.
battle amongst them. It will be really cool.
I love it. Great. Okay, so we're gonna let you go, and we're excited to catch up again at 12 noon, at noon Eastern time. Okay,
A little
that's
under
gonna
3 hours.
help me out here. It's gonna be 4 p.m. your end, or no? Yeah, it's gonna be 4 p.m. UTC. Okay, so
Yeah.
or GMT, wherever you are, right? It's gonna be 4 p.m. UTC.
But we'll post on Discord when we go live. So just keep an eye on Discord. Also, if should something go wrong with challenges or whatnot, check on Discord, because in Discord, that's where we'll be active, where you can ask questions, where we'll discuss everything. So, yeah.
Absolutely. So, good luck, everyone, and can't wait to see you play.
All right. Take care, everyone. Good luck.
Good luck.